I've had people literally not want to talk to me again because I go to Newman. It is a bitter cold night here in Santa Rosa, California at Ed Lloyd Field. But on the field, the tensions are high, and it is going to be a great game. Big playoff implications here tonight at Cardinal Newman High School. Cardinal Newman and Maria Carrillo, two rivals, reinstate their rivalry here on Ed Lloyd Field. Hello, everyone. I'm Hugo Traverso. I'm joined by a Cardinal Newman legend, Keely Roy. Keely, it's going to be a great game tonight. You've been around this Newman program a lot. What do you think Newman needs to do to keep this big win streak up?
Yeah, this last game between the two at Carrillo was a nail-biter. It was a close game, a battle on both sides, and a very physical game. Both teams wanted it, and Newman able to pull off the win in that one. But I have no doubt that it's going to be the same kind of game tonight. It's going to involve a little bit of chippiness, a little bit of grit, but also two different styled teams. They both have different things going for them, and they're just going to want to make the most to kind of work towards the other's weaknesses.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game. You've seen Maria Carrillo play, as you mentioned. What do you think Carrillo needs to do to get out to an early lead against these Cardinals?
Yeah, their strengths definitely lie in their transition ability, and they love to go direct. They've got speed, and they're aggressive. They are at your throats, and they will keep running at you all game. I think they've got to catch Newman in this back line and really just have them slipping. For Newman, opposite, they're going to try to build and really get things going.
Well, more tonight on the big playoff implications. We go to our pitch side commentator, Julian Corey. Take it away.
Thank you, Hugo. Both of these teams come into this game tonight needing to get a win to bolster their playoff implications. Now, while it's not do or die, this is an important game for both teams, especially for Newman, due to their rocky start to begin the season. If they are able to win this game tonight, it would bring them to 500, and as the standings currently sit, that would make them playoff eligible. And speaking to Coach Gilson earlier this week, he acknowledged that, but he also acknowledged the importance of matching the Pumas' energy. He said, and I quote, "If we can match their physicality and intensity within the first 10 or so minutes, I really think we could have a good shot of playing our game in the latter half." So we'll have to see how that plan works out for him and his squad as we get ready to get going here in just a few minutes. Enjoy the game, guys. Back to you, Hugo.
Well, great match inside
At this time, please
Julian
stand.
Corey. And now we stand for the national anthem performed by Mr. Langland.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave
Where'd you go?
o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Mesmerizing rendition of the national anthem there. And now we look at the Maria Carrillo starting lineup. Keely, what do you see?
Yeah, you can see they definitely have some senior leadership on this team. a lot of juniors and seniors. Keep an eye out for Cho playing up top for the Carrillo Cardinals. Really dangerous last game, as well as Kerr kind of in that center back holding position, and then Halkovich playing in the middle. Those are kind of 3 key players for them, and I think, you know, their whole front line is going to be at your throws. I think we'll see a lot of action from all of them.
And then now for Newman, they're running a 4-4-2 with diamond formation. Your own sister, Sienna, is the attacking midfielder. What do you see for Newman?
Yeah, I think they've done a really good job attacking. You know, 4 goals in their last match against Annalee, just keeping that going through the midfield. Roy Phillips doing good ball winning, and then spreading the ball out. D'Amico up top and great finishing, also dishing off. Got some underclassmen involved in the scoring. So I think it's just going to take that continued attack and then a little composure to the back line. Pearson and Deal really holding that back front down. Very important for the Cardinals tonight.
All right, now we'll look at the NBL Oaks standings. The Cardinals started this year 0-2 in NBL and have just climbed out of this hole with relentless attack, great wins. You've been around the program and around the league. What have you seen?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely started the season slow, and they put themselves in a hole going down 2 games early in the season, and they now come back, beat both the teams that originally beat them, and then getting things rolling again. And I think for them, this is a crucial time in the season to really keep those wins rolling and keep the momentum in the right direction. Tonight's a big game. Carrillo coming off of an upset, but they've had some big wins. They're the only team to beat Windsor so far this season, so this will be high-quality NBL soccer tonight, most definitely.
Oh yeah, Newman is really in need of some big wins. They win tonight, they win next week against Montgomery. It sets up what could be, depending on how Windsor does, a chance for Newman to clinch a title share in the NBL Oak. Head coach John Gilson gets his tactics out to his players as the players head back to their benches, and we are getting set for kickoff. But a very unorthodox start. You were a part of one of these teams. You guys got a great start, but a little bit of a rough back half of the season for you guys. What you had, Coach Gilson, what was the focus on heading into playoffs?
Yeah, I think the thing with soccer and these sports that have these longer seasons, longer game format is, you know, it's a marathon. Just because you start hot does not mean you finish that way. And so I think it's important to hit your stride at the right time. Obviously, got to have enough wins to get a playoff appearance, but it's really how you finish, and that playoff are so important. So I think they're hitting stride at the right time. Tonight's a big moment to try to keep that rolling.
Senior goalie and captain Sophia Magarva hyping her players up. Very, very good coaching. If you talk about a player backing up her, or a coach backing up her stats as a player, she was fantastic at Montana, fantastic. Claire Howard, she leads her girls in, gives them their tactics. Big Sky Goalkeeper of the Year in 2021, holds the Big Sky record for clean sheets. You got to face her, I'm pretty sure, in club and in high school, even though you were just a freshman.
Just 1 year as a freshman, I remember being very intimidated. She's an amazing goalie, great person, and it's awesome to see her come back and impact this community. A coach at SRU now, and then at Mario Carrillo, where she went to high school. So I think how amazing for them to have someone who's so qualified and just so dedicated to the sport come back and be a role model and a tactician for them. And how great for their backline, their goalie, to be coached by one of the greatest from this area, and an amazing career at Montana. I have seen some pretty epic highlights. I think she has an assist as well as a goalie, which is fairly unheard of, which is such a fun accolade to add to her career.
Well, yeah, Magarva has a boom of a leg, so we could see an assist from her tonight. She's really good at getting the ball, maybe 60 yards. Last year I saw her kick one, I think 63 yards. Carrillo, if they ever need field goal help, they've got their girl.
It's becoming more of a thing. I think they might need to look a little deeper into their roster next season if they do. But yeah, they actually have a pretty heavy goalie presence in this Carrillo staff. Their assistant, also a goalkeeper herself, and goalkeeper coach on the side. So that back line is, you know,
to get the team
that
down
should
here.
definitely, and I'm sure will continue to be a strength for them in years to come. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know goalies make great coaches. My own water polo coach, Alfredo de la Mora, he was a goalie at Concordia University, Irvine, which is, funny enough, where Callie Cho is committed, number 6, the winger for Maria Carrillo, towards the top of your screen. Well, actually, not yet. You see your own sister getting ready. She's senior, big leader on this team. What have you talked to her to just kind of get her focused on this big leadership role?
I think the biggest thing I've stressed to her, and so many of the girls on this team, especially the leadership group, is that adversity, it happens. You are not going to have a season where you win every game. It's highly unlikely. When you lose, how do you respond? And I think going down a couple games early in the season, they're used to winning. They're a team that just came back from a state championship. That hit them in the face, and they didn't know what to do. I said, this is your time. This is what you're made of, how you respond. And I think this is the response. But it took a minute. You know, they sandbagged a couple more games before they got back on track. But, you know, it's great to see, and I'm excited to see this matchup tonight. I think it should be a good one. Like I said, should be a gritty one, I think.
Newman pretty aggressive off of the opening kickoff. Carrillo going to try and play it quickly, but Newman
coming out in this higher press tonight. Haven't seen that too much from them. Only once really against, I think that was Annalie. But they're back in it tonight, looking good so far.
And Teldeshi now will look to play it around the back. Goes back to the goalkeeper, Kerrigan.
Now you see Carrillo stepping into their signature press.
They're trying to overwhelm Newman as advantage is called, and we'll see a Carrillo free kick from about 32 yards out. Let's hope that she's okay.
Yeah, this came off to a quick start.
Yeah,
it's a good sign for us tonight. That'll be a good, fun one to call from the booth. Both teams really seeming to get after it. This was a really physical and aggressive match last time. I anticipate probably similar tonight. And like you've kind of talked about, this game's important for both teams going to playoffs. Carrillo, you know, dropping a little bit after their last game, but they were still in the hunt, have had some wins against some good teams. So a win tonight kind of puts them back in the running. So I think both teams have a lot to play for, and that should add a good spark.
The Vassar commit, Anya Halkovich, on to take the free kick. She actually went to Newman for her first 2 years of high school, transferred last year to Maria Carrillo. She hits it long, and Kerrigan collects. So now,
scoop up there from Kerrigan.
Now Newman will go on the attack.
Yeah, this is a high-pressure game already. You can see definitely different than what I think both these teams have seen. Oh, here's a moment.
Just a little bit off with that. Well, not really a cross, more of a pass, but
yeah, tough to say. I thought first, honestly, because of where she was at, it looked like she might have been shooting, and I couldn't tell if it deflected or just because she got her body turned, kind of went wide, ended up heading out far to the corner. Definitely won't show up on the stat sheet as a shot.
Well, Carrillo gets a chance. They try a volley there, but Kerrigan, another good job. She actually started as a sophomore for Newman, really came onto the scene pretty fiery. She's been doing well ever since.
Yeah, big presence for this Newman team. They're very, you talk to the girls, they're very grateful to have her, and she definitely holds down this back line a lot.
Yeah, they had a big leader, Talia Woods, last year, but she was a senior. She left. A lot of big leaders actually on that team last year, and we're seeing juniors. See this volley.
I like the idea on the volley. You just need to have a runner kind of to follow this up. But nice little creativity. Ooh.
This is interesting. Carrillo definitely pressing super high to start this game off.
You can see they have their entire team within their own 50 right now. And it's not a surprise based on their style. They're very aggressive. They love to get up and be in your face. So I think if you're Newman, I wouldn't say that this is a shock. It's just an adjustment you have to adjust to when you see it live.
Newman trying a little tiki-taka there, but can't get anything to formulate. This is what Coach Gilson talked to me about earlier on tonight. He said that Carrillo's going to hit the ball long. They're going to really try and overwhelm the Cardinals with their offense.
Yeah, they definitely like to be direct. Other than see Newman being a little direct here. A little different look for them. Like it. Oh.
Yep, flag up, offside. Natalie Mendoza, she is someone that is akin to kind of a wing back. She really has a ton of speed.
Yeah.
Very explosive.
Pretty much see her playing along that whole entire left flank, which is somewhat uncharacteristic of the women's game in general and just high school. We'll see a lot of people kind of stay more positional. She really gets up and down that line, which is great for the Cardinal. But like you're mentioning, yes, this Carrillo team does like to go direct, and I think a little bit opposite of this Newman line, but I think in order to, if they want to win this game, I think with how high this Carrillo team is in their press, they're going to have to go long at times to break them down. That's a good idea right there, as we were talking about it.
Yeah, I mean, they've already went long twice, and without the offside call there, I mean, no VAR in high school, but
yeah,
we could see a more aggressive Newman offense.
Yeah, I think that the game might call for that, and I think if it does, they're just going to have to adjust on the fly as it goes. There'll be moments to build, but there'll probably be moments to go with this higher line, so should be kind of a gun show, a little bit of run and go at some points, but likely a pretty active game for both teams in their forward halves, respectively.
Were you at the Annalee game on, was it Wednesday?
Yes, I was.
So what did you see Newman kind of do to flip the script so much? 4-1 versus losing 2-1 with Giselle White just having a master performance.
I think that's, I mean, you said it was, she had a great day, and she was just lights out that day, and honestly pretty unstoppable, and I think the ball was falling right where she wanted it to, and she was just in stride, and really good luck on her touch and everything, and she's a good player, and I think the Newman back line hadn't quite found their gel yet, and they have now switched their lineup to something that I think is a little more conducive with the speed that someone like White brings. So with that change, able to handle her way better. They played with Zeleny kind of as a sweeper in front of her, and Zeleny had a great night and has been so good in that defensive mid role, and really the ball barely ever got into her. She just wasn't available for the Tigers, and I think that was huge for them. They struggled a lot not having her active.
Newman going to get one into the box here. Let's see how Carrillo responds. Pumas trying to get it out. They do with Halkovich. Nice pass. Now the Pumas turn defense into attack. Let's see what they can do.
There's Cho on the dribble.
We can really see her speed and her skill. Now let's see what Juliet Deal does. Ooh, Carrillo. They're really conditioned, well-conditioned, really fast team.
Very fit team. They'll run at you for as much of 90 minutes as they can, and this Newman team, they have to be ready to match that on all fronts.
There we go. Newman getting some ball here, trying to work it through the midfield. Good clearance there by Ransbottom, not allowing Newman to get a quick attack. Offside called against Maddie Fuller.
Offside.
The fans came out tonight. It's a little cold. You can tell by the blanket, but they're out here.
Yeah, you gotta love the fans still coming out all bundled up.
It says 47 on my phone. I highly doubt it, though.
Feels a little colder than that. Feels just a little colder.
It says it feels like 42, so I can attest that. It's pretty cold.
We're lucky to have not too much rain, though.
Thank God. Last night was one heck of a night. Just walking from the parking lot, I got soaked.
Here's Mendoza on that left flank. Trying to work her magic, not able to.
And Natalie's a really passionate and aggressive player. She's got a lot of speed, and it really helps her in these games.
Yeah, a really talented player and so great with her feet. She's incredibly talented, great foot skill. She's fast, smaller build, but she's chippy. She loves to get in on tackles. Oh, here's a chance right here. Good look from D'Amico. She'll keep it alive. They'll reset, though.
And Newman, if they can kind of keep the press on, and, I mean, it's hard, obviously. Carrillo's just going to try and clear it every time. But if they keep the press on, they could get an early goal here.
Yeah, I think that this Carrillo team, they're definitely a counterattack team, so they really only need one moment. They're looking for a counter, or they're looking for a set piece. So this Newman team, if they can get a goal, this is huge for them to kind of counteract what is always going to be a threat with their ability to counter.
And the future Lancer trying to get it through the back line for Carrillo. Seems like Juliet Deal is kind of playing completely back just to make sure that there is no chance for a counterattack.
Yeah, she's been playing a little bit slightly off the back line in this kind of a sweeper role, but very quick player, super diligent, wins her tackles, she goes hard, she's great in this back line for the Cardinals. She has, in my opinion, probably be maybe an MVP of the season for them, especially from a defensive standpoint. And, you know, she's played all over too, so really adapting to where she's needed. And they'll need her tonight because the speed on this front line is going to challenge this back line of Newman, and they'll need her to keep pace with that.
There you go, Carrillo trying to get something early.
There's Deal, like a brick wall back there.
Here we go, Carrillo. Halkovich with it. They're going to try and create something, working around their midfield.
Sarah's on a little run there.
Good job by Phillips to kind of attempt to clear it out. Now they'll facilitate. There you go. Fuller.
Ball by Fuller.
Nice through ball to Sienna Roy. There's a little bit of contact there as Carrillo just kicks it out. It'll be a Newman throw.
Ref says play on there. A little bit of blocking, it appeared to be, but ref says let this go. He's going to keep the game playing, which is good. There's my mom over on the sideline. She likes to stand so she can walk around.
Well,
All the fans have their different game day rituals.
And I know from watching this game, being an Italy fan, at least for this year's Euros, watching that game with my cousins, John Franco, and all of the family over there in Liguria, those Euro games were on edge. They were nail biters for Italy. They were stuff that it was just we were watching on the edge of our seats, walking around, pacing the room.
Those are standing games.
Anxious. That game against Croatia, Calafiore with his run, just a fantastic
That's a standard
game.
for sure. You sit on the couch and you stand right back up. We might be in for one of those tonight. I mean, if it keeps with how it is right now, it definitely could be. But this one's going to go against Newman.
Yeah.
Newman definitely a little more aggressive tonight at home. I think it's actually a good case scenario. I mean, they haven't gotten any calls to go their way yet, but I think that they're going to need the aggressiveness. If Carrillo's a very aggressive team, they're going to have to match that. So the calls will hopefully fall both ways throughout the night as both teams kind of battle for this one.
Carrillo 4-7-3, Newman 6-9. You need a 500 record in either league, non-league, or overall to make it into NCS playoffs. As Carrillo gets a through ball, the shot just wide there. Good defense by Newman.
Yeah, that was a good look there. That was Lila Kerr coming all the way from the center back to get that shot off, actually. Off the free kick, she kind of gets up in the mix, and then
that was a great feed by
settles
Halkovich.
That one and goes in with the left. So Kerr working on both sides of the ball for the Maria Kriapunas.
They're really trying these through passes.
Yeah, I mean, I will say the center part of the field is crowded. I mean, both teams really condensed in how they're pressing the ball, and it makes for kind of hectic soccer. But there's a lot of space. You can see this back end is wide open, and when the ball's on the other side, it's very similar in some ways. So definitely something for this Newman team to keep an eye on is that space in behind is definitely there.
Yeah, as you see on the right side of your screen, bottom right side, D'Amico's playing up.
We'll re-look at that one from Kerr. Nice little opportunity with the left. Just bounces out, though.
I mean, ambitious shot, something that she definitely, she had a good angle. Tried to beat Kerrigan.
Ooh, like that idea there from D'Amico to go through.
And Nina Corey playing up from out wide in the midfield.
Yeah, started the season kind of playing center back. She's a true 6. They have So Lenny there, the senior captain, playing at the 6, so she's kind of moving that outside mid, which is nice. See her kind of find a way to stay in this lineup and move around and adjust.
Speaking of, I believe that was the Lenny. Speaking of her, she had a nice feed there. Just unfortunately, Newman couldn't get anything to go for him. But yeah, now you're seeing Mendoza play up in midfield.
Yeah, definitely seen some faces in new areas for the Cardinal as we kind of gone into this later part of the season. But I think that's been part of their success is, made some changes. And I think a lot of times that's what holds teams back is, being afraid to not switch things up. If you're not winning, you got to look, see what can we do different from a personnel perspective, from on the field, all of it.
Yeah, and I mean, this has definitely been a game where, I think Cardinal fans feel like they're a little bit on their last leg, but really, both teams, Carrillo's had the better looks, but both teams have looked pretty good on the defensive side of things, at least.
Yeah. Very solid defensively.
And Mendoza, she seems to be everywhere.
Truly, yeah. This game is in such a small area. There we go. That's
There's a nice
one.
through ball. Bella D'Amico through on goal. D'Amico, the shot. Ooh, nice stop. What a stop by McGarva.
McGarva coming up huge there. The one-on-one breakaway with D'Amico. D'Amico gets this through ball, and she's got space, and she does a great job eating up that space. Brings it across to the right. Creates a good angle, but McGarva with the stick save off her thigh there. That's a tough save to make, especially under pressure. She's running out from her goal. A very good save there for McGarva. Way to keep the Pumas in the match.
Yeah, she's a veteran of this league. Let's look at another angle here.
Yeah, right off the knee, really. It's a corner now, though. Ball's whipped in.
They try to go back post with it, and it's hit away. It will be
another corner, yeah.
Another one. And it'll be your sister, Sienna, taking the corner.
Last one whipped in by Natalie. It's a left-footed in-swinger, and this one will be a right-footed in-swinger on the other side from Sienna Roy.
I love the back post play because it's something that is very consistent with other sports where you have a goal. Water polo, back post plays are the bread and butter. Those are some of the most beautiful set pieces you can get.
I will say this is a new look for the Newman team, this corner. Let's see how it goes.
A little short, but the Cardinals still are in the mix. Oh, a nice cross there. D'Amico was in on it, but Carrillo, great job to reject the chance.
Roy's going to get to that one. She'll whip that in. Oh, they're all over this. Just not quite able to find anything. Good work from Carrillo to get this one out of here and kind of turn into a good half counter.
So Carrillo going to bring on some subs. So that is
coming out of Pumas, number 12, Ashlyn Helmer.
That's Ashlyn Helmer coming in. Thank you.
Oh, that's a handball right there, I want to say, but ref says play on, so he can see it better than us. Nice little look there from Mendoza and backline. We talked about this backline space, and in the last 3 minutes, we've seen about 4 balls enter into that part of the half. Newman taking advantage of this higher line. I think it's a smart choice, and it's probably, if they're able to convert, would be the difference maker at this point.
So far, Newman has just been relentless on the attack, at least the last 5 minutes.
I think they know how much of a fight this Carrillo team has. If they don't get ahead and put one away, they don't want this game to stay close because Carrillo will fight till the last minute, and it will make it a nail-biter.
Mendoza working on Halkovich there, fires it across, but Carrillo back line clears it. You gotta feel for Halkovich. She's probably playing with a lot of emotion, playing against her former teammates.
Yeah, I think that's always a tough. It's a tough one playing against the old team. I've done it 2 times now, 2 times in college. many more in my club days. Here's a little replay on the ball to the face. That's always a tough one, but shouldn't be anything too serious, hopefully. But yeah, it's definitely got to be an important one for her. I mean, she's a senior now, so I'm sure every season that she's played with them, it's definitely, you know, one that is a little more meaningful to her. I know she's still friends with a lot of these girls. A lot of them still play club together, so there's always the mix over of like I guess a little bit of the rivalry of like your club teammates, but also the friendship of across teams. So makes for a nice little mix of good sportsmanship and competitiveness.
A nice throw in there. The Carrillo's going to try and go through ball, but again, Deal is there. Ooh, Cho, she threw out goal. Cho forward. Cho, one-on-one, finishes!
Goal
And the
today.
Pumas strike first.
Number 6, Callie Cho.
A great finish by Cho under pressure there. She's getting knocked from behind as she comes into the box, and just a clinical finish finds that bottom left corner. Kerrigan is great in 1v1 battles, so to be able to beat her is a testament to a great finish by Cho, and that's the difference maker so far. I told you about this counter, and they are just waiting on that moment, and it's the counter off. Ball's kind of popping up there. Cho runs through it and able to turn this into an opportunity and convert.
Yeah, she's averaging over a point a game, so not having a shot from her going into the back of the net, or not having her assist on a shot going into the back of the net in a game is hard to see. It's hard not to see, excuse me.
Yeah, Newman they've got to work against this negative momentum. I mean, they had a lot of their own momentum, but it's a game of seconds, and quick counter. Carrillo kind of changes the scoreline. We were talking a lot about Newman as they attacked, but all it takes is one break.
Yeah, and now Newman looks to go on the break. Nice feed there from Roy to Fuller. Cardinals are going to look to get a through ball, but they're going to play it back to their back. Pearson, the sophomore, is it forward to Phillips. Nice touch by Phillips to D'Amico. Oh, good clearance by Kerr. Ooh, Deal making her presence known in the midfield.
Yeah, Deal's so strong there. Working off that last play that that goal where it kind of got away from her.
Yeah.
And here's another replay. You see Pearson has a chance at it. I think if she goes back to that, yeah. I mean, both Pearson and Kerrigan had a potential play on that.
Number 2, Simone DeSisto.
I think if they look back at that one, the Newman front, I think the option there, maybe if you're Pearson, is maybe a foul. You risk kind of that red card as its last defender, but I mean, if she's on goal like that, I mean, it's tough. Like I said, Kerrigan really good in the 1v1 battle, so you have trust for her, but that's a tough one for your goalie to be have a girl run at her full speed, and she's not a lot of time to adapt. So now they got to work out of the deficit. Carrillo looking to keep their momentum going.
And it's pretty early in the game, so that probably was going through her mind with, you know, possibly conceding the red card. But, you know, it's a little early in the
this
game.
one for sure. I mean, I think plenty of goals still on the table for both teams if they want them. So.
And Newman checks in a speedy, shifty winger, Simone DeSisto. She'll play at the top along with D'Amico. First sub for the Cardinals. So this is one of those games where you just feel like, you know, if you're the Cardinals, if you're a Cardinal fan, Carrillo's everywhere.
Yeah. Another different angle on the one from Cho. Yeah, sliding to make that finish.
I wonder if Kerrigan got maybe like a spike on it, because it looked like a little bit from that angle from David Day, our camera 3, behind the goal. It looked a little bit like the ball changed direction.
I wouldn't be surprised if she got a toe on it, but not enough. I mean, it was a great placed ball. Not much you can do there.
And now Carrillo, they're hungry for some more. Good defense there by Gianna Taldeschi.
Substitution for the Cardinals coming on. Number 11,
So let's look at the
Hagen.
NCS
And number 14,
NCS Division 4
Laura
power
Chavez.
rankings. Marin Academy has just had a fantastic season, 14-1-1. Branson, another team with a fantastic season, but some teams in here that Newman could possibly get revenge on. They played against Sonoma Academy, tough loss there. They're currently sitting in the 9, but if they
Marin Catholic.
Marin Catholic too.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, and if they possibly win out, we could see Newman as a top 5 seed even in NCS, which would be amazing coming from their start.
I think they'd be very happy to finish anywhere in that top 10, especially where they were sitting kind of at the beginning of the season.
Don't get Cardinals.
And so definitely an exciting opportunity for them. But I think the work to keep that going is right here tonight. Starts with getting one to even this score lineup.
Kerrigan sends it long, and Lily Hagan, while we were talking about the NCS Division 4 rankings, 2 underclassmen check in for Newman, Lily Hagan and Clover Chavez. Clover made her name known against Redwood, fired a great cross in. I think she was the one who got the assist on that. I'm not totally sure if she got the assist or the goal, but a great cross at the last minute against Redwood to win that game.
Yeah, she also, I think she had a goal last night against Annalee as well. Or, yeah, 2 of the underclassmen scored for the Cardinals in their last victory, so good to see. Hagan was one of those. She's on the ball now. Good. Yeah, good to see them work in some of these younger players. It's huge for the program going forward to be able to get these girls experience now and build on that. So great to see them out here tonight, but they're had to be ready for battle because this will be a fight for sure.
And the Carrillo girls are all wrapped up. They're hyped. They're getting hyped. Their bench energy would make it seem like it's 70 degrees and sunny out here.
It truly, they're definitely one of the loudest squads in this NBL Oak League. They have great energy, and they're tough to play against. As someone who's played against them, they've been like this for years.
D'Amico puts in the cross, but collected by Magarva. But yeah, I mean, I was walking down to go wash my hands before the game, and I heard chanting. I'm like, where's that coming from? And Carrillo walks out of their locker room, which is like 300 yards away from the field, and I could hear them chanting before the game. So truly, yeah, they've definitely turned the decibels up.
Yeah, I think it goes with this like heavy offense front and how aggressive they are in pressing. They kind of follow that up with a very loud and animated bench, which makes them tough to play against.
And yeah, you see these Division 2 rankings. Maria Carrillo had a bit of a rough league schedule, and they're sat in 11th, but a win tonight would definitely compel them to go higher, maybe even fall into a first-round home game at the 7 or the 8.
Yeah, definitely the potential for that. I mean, they're not far off at 11. I mean, considering that they're kind of sitting at the bottom of the Oak League, to be 11 in the overall, not horrible. So yeah, and Windsor sitting kind of not too far above them in that kind of makes them still in play. So
yeah, Carondelet most likely there with the new rules will be sent up to Division 1. Yeah. So D2 and also D4 with Marin Academy and Branson up there could see some teams making some moves.
Yeah, I would be shocked if they don't bump Marin Academy up to at least 2, just because of their record being 1 loss in 16 games or something close, over 15 games. I think
16 games.
It would probably be a mistake to keep them in 4. I think the competition in 2 would probably just suit them better, or even 1, really. I mean, I'm not sure exactly how they do the breakdowns. Here's Roy with an opportunity.
Here we go. It's going to be all about that through ball, and DeSisto just fumbles the recovery.
Deal putting that one back in the mix.
Yeah, Newman going to start getting a little bit more aggressive. It's a team that last year, they had some games where they had to come back. I mean, obviously they had a lot more senior leaders, but, you know, this is a young team, and a comeback victory could really be a kind of the match that starts the dynamite heading into playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think sometimes when you're a team like a Marin Academy or a Windsor where you have a lot of wins and not a lot of losses, it can be a little dangerous coming into a playoff because you might be down a goal, and if you're not used to being down a goal, that can be a tough feeling to all of a sudden experience and overcome. So I think comeback wins early in the season are honestly essential to a prosperous season at the end of the day. So a good challenge here for the Cardinal tonight, and I know Carrillo has pulled themselves out of some holes before in other games, so they're very familiar with the territory.
Yeah, Roy keeps playing those through balls, but Kerr really good at not allowing anything to go. Kind of that brick wall for Maria Carrillo in front of McGarva.
Yeah, Kerr and McGarva have been pretty close to a brick wall as you can be, and for this Carrillo back line have done a great job, and they've definitely had some threats. A lot of opportunities for Newman, especially earlier in this half, so they've done a great job, and I think they'll have to continue to do so if they want to keep themselves ahead here.
Well, it feels like this game started 10 minutes ago, but somehow we are 30 minutes along in this great game of calcio, as D'Amico was the last to touch it there. It'll be a goal kick. But I think you were mentioning that, you know, the being able to come back in games is huge, because Newman, at least their boys team last year, their first round matchup in NCS against San Marin, they went down 1-0 early, scored 2 goals in the last 10 minutes of the game, won the game. It was a fantastic game to watch, and, you know, they ended up going all the way to the NorCal final.
Yeah, and I think that just shows. I mean, it's sometimes is things like that that just can kickstart important moments in a season.
Well, yeah, no, Carrillo is definitely playing a lot more aggressively now that they have that goal. But Newman, you're seeing a lot of passion out there, just nothing going for them.
Yeah, you can see the game's gotten a little bit frantic, especially for the Newman side. They definitely love to possess the ball, so I know this is not exactly in their style, but I think that's what Carrillo does to you. You know, they put you under pressure. They want the game to be in the air. They want things to be a little hectic. I think if you're Newman, you're trying to slow it down, but I think you want to slow it down, but you don't want to miss those moments to go through. Just finding the right ones, so they'll have to keep an eye on that, because they're still kind of surprisingly, Carrillo's still working with this really high line, even though they're up a goal with not many minutes left in this half. So if that's the case, I think you've got to keep working against that as much as you can if you're Newman.
Newman had a great look there, but ultimately back line once again clears it away.
There's a little counter opportunity.
Good job by Deal to not let it progress. And sub coming on for Maria Carrillo. 2 coming in, actually, for Carrillo.
Number 5, Cielo Marron.
Cielo Marron comes on for the Pumas, as you can see on your screen. And then they're trying to figure out their second sub. I don't think there was a second sub, actually.
Good stop by Pearson there. Gets that one out of harm's way.
Now, all you really need if you're Newman, I've been seeing a little bit of some chances created with some high bouncing balls even. Carrillo thinks that they can get to it. Ooh, nice shot. I think that was Halkovich, actually. Ambitious from out there, but that would have been a screamer.
It would have been, yeah. Good opportunity there. I mean, ball kind of pops out. She's a little bit farther out, but decides to kind of rip it. I think it's a good choice, especially, you know, with the offense that this Carrillo team kind of thrives on. It's the unexpected. They want to really just catch you sleeping, so I like the idea there.
And I mean,
he gets lucky. That one goes out wide.
Newman, they've just been able to kind of work around. They're trying to work around these Carrillo girls, but, you know, I was mentioning earlier, we just kind of got interrupted by Cho's chance, but you know, if you're a Newman fan, you're feeling like Carrillo, everywhere Newman's gone, Carrillo's been there to stop.
Yeah, they're high-energy team. They want to run. You see them making a lot of subs, and I think that's why. They need to keep this running front up, so you'll see them continue to change girls out. Oh, here's a little look for Clover.
Good clearance there. That was, I believe, Ransbottom. Yeah, it was.
Chavez there almost got on the end of that one. This Newman team, they're right there on some of these opportunities, but they've got to find a way to like just get a foot on some of these through balls and at least create half opportunities. Right now, there's like getting the ball in, but not creating opportunities yet.
Nice throw, but it is collected by McGarva. She has been locked down so far tonight. Making her coach proud here. So far, a clean sheet.
Very much so.
Halkovich.
We'll keep that one alive. We'll go into Cho.
There we go. Carrillo gonna try and set up. And it'll be a corner. Can see they had a chance there, and Newman concedes the corner. What happens? Carrillo's bench goes insane.
Not surprisingly, yeah. I will say, I mean, it's very similar to even when I went to school years ago here. They've always been just a very loud. The energy is always high, and it sucks to play against.
There's a nice long ball. I would say, Kerrigan fumbles it, but great clearance again, Deal. And I would say you played in what was the height of the NBL Oak. I mean, Montgomery was one of the best teams in the state, if not the nation. Your freshman year, they were 4th in the nation. So Newman gets a bit of something going. Ransbottom again.
Yeah, we'll have to come back to that because that was a very good point you brought up. But Newman, they're just so close here. I love the combination of Roy and Deciso there. So good, just kind of working it around. Roy slips right in and just not able to get that last touch. That last touch has just totally been letting them down, and I think they've got to find a way to get on the end of these balls if they want to create an opportunity.
Well, you work hard, you try again, and I mean,
there'll be
eventually,
other opportunities for sure. Oh, here's
advantage called and a shot there. Oh no, it's going to be a foul. Look at this corner.
Yeah, I would be, I mean, because we can see replay, obviously they can't see on the field. You see the shoulder of Kerrigan get knocked after she grabs the ball by, I think, Kerr.
Yep.
So I'd wonder if that hadn't gotten cleared out, if he would have maybe considered a foul there, because she did have it and then she dropped it, but I thought she just dropped it, but you could see in the replay, it looks like she got hit kind of after the play. Those are the ones, though, that so hard to see as the ref. There's about 10 bodies right in front of him, so those are the ones that can kind of go, so that's why you follow the ball, they say.
Vassar commit, shot, ooh, bangs off the crossbar of the field goal post. She's definitely proven to be a very, very good shooter tonight.
I think so.
Just missing the mark twice.
Yeah, you gotta love the confusion. Here's the replay of that. Yeah, nice strike there, and then the confusion. The girls can't tell if it went off of the top post or the yellow one, so they're just kind of playing half waiting.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I remember playing youth soccer. The fun game was always in Healdsburg, was playing under the lights at Rec Park. They got like 29 fields there going on at once. And then you had the goalposts, and the goalpost would always be an issue because the goalpost and the post for the soccer goal were both white, so it would throw you off.
You don't really know, yeah. Good old Rec Park. Worked baseball, announcing out there for the good people of Healdsburg.
Prune Packers, they're awesome. I'm be doing a little bit of work for them. Dave, hopefully, YSN will be out there doing some games. We did the championship games last year.
Did you? How fun. Yeah, it's a great group to be a part of, and fun to see the crossover from YSN and Packers and Newman. It's
only right. It's only right. The best teams in Sonoma County get the best coverage on the best network in Sonoma County.
Yeah. And they're quite fun to watch if you're into baseball. If you're here with us, you're probably a soccer fan, though, so maybe just check it out, see if couldn't be more different in sports, but here's a good little ball.
I love all sports. I mean, it's fantastic to watch because, soccer season, at least in Europe, that's a great ball from Kerrigan. DeSisto is through on goal. DeSisto, the 20, the 15, the 10. Can she collect it? Magarva. D'Amico trying to get something, but Magarva, it's cleared out.
Wow, this is a little insane. Good move there by Roy. She's going to try to get around the corner.
We hit the 2-minute mark.
She's going to get it.
As there's
a
shot.
Hit from Roy.
Ooh.
What a strike from Roy. Just inside the 30, she really took a crack at that one. Get a replay on the 1v1 with the CISA. Her touch just sits a little ahead of her. Again, Magarva stepping up big.
And she's playing very well. Manager John Gilson just a little disappointed with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you're Newman, you're super disappointed to not convert on one of those. I mean, that's some really good chances there. You see Roy back in the mix here now. Great touch by her. She'll pull that one back. Finds D'Amico. She'll battle for this. Yeah, Roy playing really well in the midfield. I like her aggressiveness with the shot there. Something I've talked to in this group is, get a little replay on the shot here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's deep, but I mean, that's right off the top of that, the crossbar actually, but that beats McGarva there. I don't think she would have had a play on that had that dipped underneath.
Yeah, that screams like Declan Rice coming out of center defensive mid to just catch the goalie off guard with a screamer, and that is something that is a skill to have, and we've seen Halkovich do it. Now we see Roy do it.
Yeah, everybody wants a piece of the action tonight. It's an important game, and you can see the energy speaks as such. God, this back and forth here right now is actually a bit crazy even.
Here we go.
Roy picks this up again.
Oh,
She'll
great through ball.
Good ball to D'Amico. She's got two. She's going to take it herself. Good decision there.
D'Amico.
DeSisto back in the box.
Shot. Ooh. Well, inside. She went inside for Hagen, and Hagen was not there. But the Cardinals will get another chance as Teldeshi will throw this in.
If you're a Newman fan, I think you have to love this attack. This is some of the most aggressive attack I think we've seen from the Cardinals, and they look great. Unlucky to not convert at these last couple opportunities, but have to keep this going. They're knocking on the door.
Yeah, we enter stoppage time now, so assuming might have been a handball. Roy with the try. And that is halftime. So the fans are a little disappointed with that one. There was what could be seen as a handball, but Coach Gilson will have Julian get Coach Gilson. Coach Gilson a little bit disappointed. He's going to go talk with the referees. But out of that first half, what did you see from Newman that could possibly get them an equalizer in the second?
I think they look great offensively. I think to give up the goal, in some ways, a great finish. In some ways, the beginning of the play, a little bit soft. The reason that attack happens is they turn over the ball right there. But
well, now Julian has manager John Gilson on the field. Take it away, Julian.
Hugo, I'm here with Coach Gilson. Coach, we talked earlier in the week about the importance of matching the Pumas' energy in this first half. How do you feel your team executed that so far?
Yeah, I think we struggled getting into the game. I mean, and then in some ways we had too much energy, and then we stopped selling the ball and playing, right? And then it became a very just lack of possession game, right? And that's what we are. We want to put passes together, combine, and then make our moments so we have opportunities. And right now, I think we're playing more like them, and they're beating us to most of 50-50 balls, so that's why we're at a disadvantage right now.
Any specific or key adjustments we might see in the second half?
I think on both. I mean, we as a team need to control our emotions and communicate more, right? And play the game in between the lines and not be thinking about anything else or who you're playing or anything like that. And I think if we can do that, we'll be fine in the second half.
Thank you very much. Good luck.
So with that, Newman heads to the break. A little bit of a disappointing first half. 1-0 Pumas lead as we head to the break. We'll be back with halftime highlights and some elite analysis.
High school is just a time of growth for everyone. It shapes who you are, like you meet new people, you learn how to make friends.
Some of our students don't have a place where they get to be the star player, or they get to compete for a chance to finish first, second, or third, and we wanted to be able to provide that for them.
It's a really special experience to be a part of a high school team, wear your jersey with your logo on the front and your name on the back.
Unified Sports is creating an athletics experience for all students, particularly focusing on those with special needs and having them create partners within our general education student population.
Great experience here for Unified. What do you got to say?
It isn't a thing where we're just trying to participate, and that's kind of the big thing that I believe in, is giving our Unified athletes the opportunity to compete at a high level.
At the CIF, we want to provide student athletes with the opportunity to belong, connect, and compete. Unified sports and Paralympic sports are two great examples of us being able to achieve that.
Sometimes with schoolwork, because I get overwhelmed or stressed out, and if I dance, all my emotions that I've held in just release because I put it into my dancing.
You know, that sense of achievement, that sense of I could do better. Maybe next time I'll practice, so maybe next time we can win. You know, that's part of life. And so those life lessons need to be, given to everybody.
Hey, so Halim's gonna bounce pass it to Jackson, and Jackson, you take a shot.
Once I saw him on the mat, it just brought joy to me because he was good at it. He was not scared. He did not give up.
It's not really a disability. It's just a different ability. Just something you need to overcome. And not because it's a challenge, but because it's something to learn from.
I put my school logo on me. Like, I see them cheering for me in the stands. I see mom and dad cheering for me.
And by the time I know it, they can teach me how to get in the block sometimes.
The stigma around special education, once students get involved with the sports, it just completely breaks that.
It brings a level of positivity and increases our culture to levels that you can't even explain.
If our superstar varsity athlete that has a scholarship can go ahead and be friends with somebody who they might not necessarily think they're going to be friends with, then we can do it. I can't think of a better program than Unified Sports.
2, 3, hits!
Good job, guys.
Lynn Marine has been a family-operated company since 1906 and is proud to provide premier marine and shipyard services. Our tugboats and barges ply the San Francisco Bay and its tributaries, delivering bulk materials for the construction and agricultural industries in a cost-effective and environmentally safe manner to its customers. We provide marine construction, dredging, salvage, and marine environmental remediation services. Whether you're tending to backyard flocks or managing commercial farms, our product is the perfect addition to your chicken feed. Our organic oyster shells are the purest form of calcium. They are packaged and shipped to agricultural customers throughout the United States, Canada, and the Pacific Rim. Our customers include orchards, vineyards, tree farms, golf courses, and berry farms, among others. Lynn Marine.
We're back here at the half. 1-0, Maria Carrillo leads. Bit of a wild first half. A lot of high press action from both teams. Your thoughts?
Yeah, an exciting half. If you're watching or just joining us, 1-0 to the Pumas at the moment, but it's been action-packed. Both teams having a lot of opportunities on goal. Despite Newman being down, they actually had some really good opportunities in the beginning and late in the half. I think unlucky to not convert on one of those. I think there's definitely lots of goals left, so I would not be surprised to see a couple more. And what did you think about the different styles? I know we talked about that before, kind of the different styles between the two teams.
Well, I mean, Carrillo was definitely a lot more relentless in attack, while Newman definitely got the ball out a lot, just couldn't get it with Cho there. But let's look at some first half highlights.
There's the center back, Kerr, getting in on the action there. Newman on one of their several breakaways in this one. This is D'Amico.
Yeah, that was tough. Great job by Magarva.
She's been excellent. Came up huge for the Pumas time and time again, and probably need to do so more. We got our little one to the face. Don't know how that made the highlight reel, but
well, as long
tough day if you're her, but
as long as she doesn't have braces, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it should be all right. And here's the goal from Cho.
Well, let's see. I thought Kerrigan got a little bit of a piece.
Looks like she might have, yeah, just not enough. I mean, Cho good speed on that ball, able to tuck it away. You can see on the turnover there, Newman kind of not able to settle it. She picks it off and just slots that in the left corner. The difference maker.
Great through ball, and that's been Carrillo's bread and butter.
Yep, that transition moment. Here's the strike from distance from Roy. This one pings off the top of the crossbar there.
Yeah,
arguably one of their best opportunities, even though they've had a couple breakaways. Haven't quite been able to find it.
Well, yeah, I'd love to see, I mean, it's high school, so we don't have the XG, but I'd love to see the XG stats for this game. And we'll take a break, be back with some more action here on YSN.
Tackle, and he's gone on the very first play. Oh!
High school sports are one of the things that make living in California so great.
But sometimes the behavior in the stands can overshadow our achievements on the field.
I love it when my parents show up for me.
But being booed for missing a play could be crushing.
And remember that refs are people too.
They're trying their best to call a fair and correct game.
No one should feel insulted or ashamed
because of their race, ethnicity, or gender.
We should be able to hold our heads high after the match, win or lose.
She's really good. And we're back here in the Carrillo. And we're back here 1-0. We're going to send it down to Julian here in just a second, who is with Claire Howard, the Carrillo head coach. She's got to be very happy. 1-0. Great performance from her goalie. So far, a clean sheet. And so now Julian, he's down there.
Sure.
Getting set. All right, and we are going to send it to Julian now.
Thank you, Hugo. I'm here with Coach Howard. Coach, you're up 1-0. How are you feeling about your team's performance, and what are you looking to do to maintain that success you've had so far heading into the second?
Yeah, I think we're playing well. I mean, we came in knowing it was going to be an emotional game, a physical game. They're a super, super talented team. We've seen chances on both sides, and it just came down to we were able to finish our chance, and so we'll see if we can hang on and continue to generate chances going forward.
Any key adjustments we might see heading into the second half, or key messages that were relayed at halftime?
Yeah, not a ton. Just keeping our blinders on. We're doing a lot of things right. Just tried to tweak a couple things at halftime. Like I said, knowing how much quality they have, just making sure we're aware for things that they might throw at us in the second half.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, you can see the happiness there for Coach Howard as we are set and ready to go. Carrillo, they're probably going to keep up this relentless attack. Cardinals were able to kind of facilitate in some underclassmen.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the half, we're seeing a lot from this Newman front. Tons of opportunities, but just not able to put anything away. And Carrillo holds out 1-0 off the nice finish by Cho, and they'll be back at it for another 40 minutes of soccer.
And we'll be back with that here on YSN. Stay with us. Don't go away.
Has been a family-operated company since 1906 and is proud to provide premier marine and shipyard services. Our tugboats and barges ply the San Francisco Bay and its tributaries, delivering bulk materials for the construction and agricultural industries in a cost-effective and environmentally safe manner to its customers. We provide marine construction, dredging, salvage, and marine environmental remediation services. Whether you're tending to backyard flocks or managing commercial farms, our product is the perfect addition to your chicken feed. Our organic oyster shells are the purest form of calcium. They are packaged and shipped to agricultural customers throughout the United States, Canada, and the Pacific Rim. Our customers include orchards, vineyards, tree farms, golf courses, and berry farms, among others. Lynn Marine.
And we're back. Tonight's game is sponsored by Flahaven Law. When life throws you unexpected challenges your way, you need a trusted ally by your side. With over 20 years of experience here in Santa Rosa, Flahaven Law Offices is dedicated to helping victims of serious accidents and injuries. At Flahaven Law, we handle all kinds of personal injury cases, from auto accidents to catastrophic injuries. Whatever your situation may be, we're here to protect your rights and fight for the compensation you deserve. We understand that every case is unique. That's why we take the time to listen and tailor our approach to your specific needs. If you or a loved one has been injured, call Flahaven Law at 707-525-2917 today for your free consultation. One of the best in Sonoma County, Flahaven Law. Thank you for sponsoring tonight's game. With that being said, the two teams are ready, and the pitch still holds a lot of tension here in the second half, Keely.
Yes, we're back, almost back into the action, and I think this half should be, if anything like the first half, should be a very exciting one. Still a lot of time on the clock, 40 minutes, and both teams a lot to play for, like we've talked about, so should be a good one. I'm interested to see if Carrillo makes any adjustments, maybe drops in a little, being up a goal, maybe not this early, but at some point in the half. If you're Newman, maybe you kind of push back into that press that we saw them in earlier. We'll have to wait and find out.
Well, the Cardinals have not had a draw so far this year. 6-9 on the year. Carrillo's had 3, 4-7-3 on the record. And we get ready.
I'm sure they don't want to draw, so I would assume they're going to be hungry for one here. Here's D'Amico getting out
and Newman
out in here early.
Playing more aggressive. Great ball there. Good work, but just a little long and strong from D'Amico. Jim Real showing off his skills down there, Big Jimbo. Great photographer, one of the best in Sonoma County.
Yeah, there should be some. They must have known this was going to be a good game on the schedule. They got the photographers out here. YSN's covering the game for the network coverage. Got a lot of fans. Always a recipe for a good game.
Yes, indeed. It is so far. I mean, it's been an interesting game. It's been 1-0, but 1-0 is not the showing. I mean, like I said at the end of our talk at halftime, love to see the XG because it's got to be Newman's got to be at least to have 1 XG so far. Expected goals.
Yeah, I would imagine. I mean, with a couple breakaways and almost a banger from Roy, and then just some other opportunities, balls just kind of bouncing through the box. I mean, definitely have had their opportunities, but they got to find a way to put one of these away and kind of get right back in this match. But it's surprising it's 1-0, really. I mean, a lot of shots on goal to only be a 1-0 game.
Yeah, Newman really starting to kind of play the way Carrillo was playing in the first half. They're hitting the ball long, trying to get something to go for them.
Good work there from Roy and D'Amico here now, trying to find Roy. She will find her.
There's a great ball through, using the width here. Sienna Roy inside, Jane Phillips just wide.
Oh, love that decision from Roy. Kind of unexpectedly decides to go for that earlier cross and finds Phillips. But I think the ball just coming in hot. She probably could have taken a touch there. Decides to have a go with it, which I think maybe the left.
Yeah, she did.
This ball whipped across, and then, yeah, she goes with the left there. I like the look. Just give the left a shot. I think she maybe even though had more time than she probably thought. When you're in the box, you always think you're under immediate pressure. Most of the time are, not always though.
Here we go. Phillips goes inside to D'Amico, but the ball goes a little long.
Algarve getting her first touches of the second half.
And she's got a heck of a leg, so I wouldn't be shocked if we see her get up the field a little bit if the press is high for Carrillo. And boom, one deep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised to see them kind of playing smaller out of the back, but I think maybe, a little bit of that is just kind of managing the clock. But I do anticipate later in this game we'll kind of see more off her foot and a little bit longer and more direct from them.
Good job by Deal to try and get that away, but Carrillo so far just been playing a complete game. For Newman so far, really it has been all Santa Roy. She has been the key player for them tonight.
Yeah, done a great job in that middle part of the park. Gotten on the ball a lot more than she has even the last couple games, and able to kind of feed D'Amico, and then the kind of cross play between her and D'Amico I think is so key for this Newman front line. If they can get the two of them on the ball and then combining with each other, that is a recipe for goals for them. So I think they'll be continuing to look to find that, and if they do, I think good things will be coming.
Great ball from Fuller here over towards D'Amico. Carrillo just great job by getting it out of play and letting their girls kind of take a breather and also get more players downfield and ready to block this Newman attack.
Yeah, I think that was Kerr again. Been holding down this back line all night. Good move there from D'Amico.
And she's been fantastic. Nice cross sent in.
That's off the boot of Roy again. Kind of looks like she gets on off the tip of her boot. Kind of chips it up. Actually, good little tempo, just a little bit too high. Not on target. You'd like to see this Newman team coming out and being aggressive to get shots up. I think that was something that was a huge issue for them at the beginning of the season. They really just weren't even shooting the ball. And you can, I mean, as cliche as it sounds, you can't score if you don't shoot. So I think like to see them being aggressive, and then I think if that continues, they will likely see one of these fall. Here's a replay on that flick from Roy. Making a good little connection there on a tough ball, but just a little bit too much.
Yeah, you're right. She got it off the edge of her boot.
Yeah, a little, so I'm trying to be cheeky, something like that.
So far, Carrillo leads on shots on goal. Newman's had 4, a little bit more than usual. Carrillo so far, though, was 6. Really just a lot of ambitious shots, but more than just ambitious shots, creative, too.
Yeah, that's definitely been, we've seen a lot of different looks at goal. Some breakaways, a couple things off the cross, some shots from distance. I mean, I think both teams are throwing everything in their arsenal at each other tonight. I think they have to, really. Two good teams that have a lot to offer. So you're going to have to get creative if you want to break these groups down, and I think we've seen that already. I'm hoping for more action. I think there's definitely lots of goals left on the table, so
100%. These two teams are relentless so far, and Carrillo now just seems like they're trying to make sure that Newman doesn't get anything.
Yeah, I think this game has really been back and forth, and that, like, the momentum's here 1 second, then you see Carrillo have some opportunities, then, you know, Newman feels like they're kind of pounding down on Carrillo back line, and then it switches. So definitely been a good back and forth, especially if you're a viewer. It keeps it interesting.
Yeah, Carrillo's been loading the box as John Teldeshi tries to throw one in there, but unfortunately cannot get anything to go for Newman. Cardinals are going to just play it back to Sophia Kerrigan, but it is a chase and a bit of a bump there, but Cho now, Carrillo really quick.
Good work from Deal to find that one. This one will go into the backspace, but nobody's there. Corey going to follow that one up.
Yeah, good job there by Nina to chase it. She's showing the heart she's got for this game.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's early, but I mean, you know, you see kind of the time's already kind of taking off there on the Carrillo side, and it makes sense, you know. Up a goal. Oh, here's an opportunity.
Here we go. Bella D'Amico. Bella D'Amico. She's going to take it out wide. Ooh, gets bumped. And, oh, the referee does not signal for a penalty. He says play on. And
definitely a bump. I mean, it did look to be a shoulder to shoulder from here, but it was definitely a bump. Definitely a hard one, but ref says play on. I mean, he was pretty close by. He has a sideline ref on that side as well. Yeah, I mean,
it's a tough call.
It's a tough call. I really think that is a referee's decision.
Oh, no.
One like that.
Newman, Carrillo just is, I think, getting Newman uncomfortable. That has been the key to their game, has just been like racing the ball, not letting Newman play it around the back consistently.
Yeah, I do think that's definitely part of their strategy. Oh, here's a new angle on that foul. Oh. From that angle, It's great because we have like 3 angles of replay. So, I mean, from that angle, when I can see it from behind, it's much more clear. It does kind of feel like a little bit of more of a shove, not really a shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he has the referees there and the sideline ref is on that side. So that's kind of on their thing. Like, they really should have seen that and made maybe a different call in that situation. But what can you do? We haven't got, if you're a Newman fan, you probably a little lamenting you haven't gotten a lot of calls tonight, even though the Cardinals are at home. Referees are being, maybe one would say, overly fair.
Yeah, right
Worse
now,
than, I guess, being biased.
I think that Newman has only had 1 foul
I think
called
so,
against the
yeah.
Pumas.
I think so. They've definitely conceded several.
Yep.
Good turn, good space for D'Amico here. So let's
playing.
go back across to Roy.
There's a great ball. Sienna Roy trying to find her way around this Carrillo wall.
Good idea there. Love that ball from D'Amico. Just unlucky. Roy able to get around that first player. She's under pressure, but then ball kind of pops out. Oh, here's the replay on that. Yeah, she's able to cut off that first defender and cut inside of her, but then just kind of running out of room there. Good fight to kind of win that ball back. They're knocking on the door. It's that last touch. I've been talking about it. They've just got to find a way to get on it.
Yeah, it kind of feels like you're watching, I'd say, it's like, I would describe it as like Notre Dame's season. Notre Dame, they were a team that, you know, consistently felt like, oh, this is going to be the big game. This is where, you know, they get, you know, their medicine for playing a tough, or playing an easier schedule. And really, it wasn't. Down the line, they made it all the way to the national championship in terms of football. And, you know, after playing, you know, a lot of non-Power 5 teams, they made it all the way. They didn't concede a lot of injuries, and really, they were able to kind of profit off of that.
Yeah, I mean, schedule alignment and who you play is huge. And I mean, we talked about the upside of, like, you know, a loss, kind of the learning from that. But, you know, sometimes the confidence you build with a win and a series of wins is also important. So I think, like, in a situation like tonight, I mean, both these teams have a lot of reasons for wanting to have victory, and the morale and the morale that would create for both of them.
So there's a nice cross inside. Newman able to head it out. And Kerrigan will come collect. She's a softball player, plays outfield. She's got a good arm. She's got a good arm, so.
I had no idea, did not know that. Very cool.
Yeah, it was a
Dual
key
sport
part,
athlete.
key part of Newman's softball run last year that won the NCS championship.
Oh, wow.
I think it was back-to-back NCS championships actually for the softball team, also back-to-back NCS championship for the baseball team. So in terms of bat sports, Newman is pretty solid.
Oh, unlucky for Newman there. This one, the flag is up, but yep, ref's gonna see the flag now. I like the idea there to go through to Phillips there. I think that was kind of a little cheeky, over the top, behind the back ball, but I think with this high line, there is moments to take risks like that there. Back to the NCS championships. What a year then for Kerrigan, because I'm fairly positive they won it for soccer as well. So she walked away with 2 wins.
Yeah, that game actually, that went to PKs, I'm pretty sure, when they played Miramonte. I think Miramonte won that. We'll have to check. 5-4.
Okay, yeah.
But Newman really, you know, they played through it last year. Coach Gilson was not able to coach the second half of the season due to medical issues, and Kerrigan, nearly got the second goal for Carrillo there.
Kerrigan's so calm under pressure, playing with her feet. I mean, you could be honestly not surprised if they told you she had played on the field, but primarily playing the goal, but very calm. Here's, you know, with a strike. That one's not going to challenge Kerrigan at all.
Similar to like Alex Honnold. You think about him, he was the guy who first ever free solo of El Capitan, and as a climbing gym in Santa Rosa, he's another guy. He actually has a brain defect where he doesn't feel fear.
I'm jealous. Love to have one of those, play sports. Oh yeah, that one's easy cleanup there for Kerrigan. She hasn't been tested much tonight other than the goal, which not able to do anything about. That was a pretty tough play on her half. Not much she could do there, but other than that, she has been clean and hasn't really had to do too much. This Newman back line has really been solid. That one mistake, though, not clearing that ball, kind of giving Cho the opportunity, been the difference maker so far. As we're kind of coming into 25 minutes left to play here.
So, yeah, so now as the clock dwindles down, we will see most likely Newman become a lot more aggressive, a lot more desperate for a goal. As the Pumas have been on their A game tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've just executed what they came out to do. I mean, being aggressive and winning balls.
Nice ball there.
Oh, yeah, good idea there from Roy to D'Amico.
Kerr, though, collected it.
Kerr been all over the place in the best way for the Pumas tonight. Yeah, I think Carrillo done a great job implementing their game plan. They've been aggressive. They've been pressing. They score a goal on a counterattack off a press, like they kind of goes with their MO, and then just been aggressive in keeping Newman out.
Here we go. Here comes Roy. Ooh, good cleanup by Kerr.
Goal kick Pumas.
Yeah, good work again by Kerr. She's really been defensive MVP of the night for this Carrillo back line. And she's had to deal with a lot between D'Amico kind of running up against her, Roy coming in from the midfield, and then as well as balls kind of being whipped in from the wings. She's pretty much been their sole defensive players thus far in the night.
Newman's going to check in Simone DeSisto here in a minute. There's a nice ball from Corey. Ooh, Jane Phillips thought D'Amico was a little bit farther up the pitch. But the Cardinals in this high press again. They are going to try for something. Taldeschi with it now. Goes inside to Corey. Corey, ooh. Halkovich.
Good work there.
Oh. They're not going to call anything. It's going to go to Madison Denal. Denal again trying to get something going. She sends a nice pass, just a little long though there for Cho, I believe. Or no, that was not Cho. That was for
no, that was Cho.
Oh, that was Cho. Yeah, that was
she's
Cho.
just a little far off from it.
Yep.
I'm a little speechless by what I just witnessed in the middle of the field. I don't know if I've seen anything like that in a long time. I don't really know what happened.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, I think that was Pearson was just standing, and then next thing she knows, she kind of looked like she got chopped down from the neck.
Or, yeah, or got her hair pulled or something.
Yeah, something maybe like got caught, I don't know, on like something she got whipped down, whether accidentally or intentionally, but she looks to be all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you can do is just push on. As English commentator Jeff Shreve says, you just got to be a tough cookie.
That's a good call there from the referee. Here's the original play. Oh,
ooh.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
I mean, it's hard to see from this angle, but it does kind of look like she got chopped down. I don't know how to explain it. If you saw it, you understand. If you don't, it's kind of just one of those weird things. Things happen, you're like, oh, what just happened there? Can't even tell.
Yeah, at least
referee's going to give them the call on this one, this little battle here with Zeleny, and I think that was Halkovich. This will go Newman's way. They'll have a kick.
Nice touch by Halkovich, but it falls to Phillips. Yeah, but in our NCS first round, at least for football, Carmine Guevara, he's got pretty long hair, wears his hair down under his helmet, and there's a picture of him getting his hair pulled.
Soccer and football, both very aggressive sports. Here's an opportunity here.
Nice job by Corey, excuse me.
Corey doing a great job there, getting up that left flank. This ball whipped in by Taldeschi. Oh, just not able to find anything.
Yeah, no, Carrillo's just containing there. It's like they're almost playing what could be akin to in basketball, zone defense, just dominating the box.
Yeah, definitely have kind of increased their back line, kind of sturdied up. They're kind of looks to be playing with just one forward now. That's number 7, Denal. Kind of dropped their other forwards back a little bit.
Ooh.
The referee's going to call this one back for, I think, a throw-in.
It'll go for Newman.
Yeah.
And Simone DeSisto will check in. See who she comes on for, along with Lily Hagan. Hagan will check in for Phillips, and DeSisto for last time she came in for Maddie Fuller. We'll see who she comes in for next. Oh, she's just going to put the bib right back on and come in next. Or no. Yeah, it'll be for Maddie Fuller. So Cardinal's definitely going to kind of contain some energy, try and make a nice push for an equalizer down the line here. Last 20 minutes of this match. Ooh. There we go.
Kicking things off here after the little break there.
Here we go.
There's
Hagen.
Hagen's first touches. Ooh.
She's able to facilitate. It's just for Newman, every time they've had a through ball, it's just either gone a little long or a little wide.
Yeah, I think that last pass, one of the hardest things in the game of soccer, that they call it the final pass, and it's definitely a lot tougher than it probably looks like. There's so much things that go into. Oh, that's a Pearson goes down again here. Is definitely a. Oh, that's got to be a foul. Ref doesn't see it though.
Ooh. Yeah, Denal is definitely getting a little handsy.
Yeah,
pushy.
there's definitely a push after the play on that right side, but ref doesn't have a sideline ref over there, so it looks like he misses it. We'll see if he keeps an eye on that in the next play.
Yeah, and as the ball went forward for Newman, there was another push by Denal after the.
There was two, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
definitely noticeable. I mean, I would. Yeah. We hate to waste airtime on fouls from up
exactly.
here. We can't see that well, but I will say that did seem like that one was pretty clear from up here at least. We'll see if.
Yeah, well, you did say this game would get chippy, and it kind of has.
I was. Looks like I was dead right on. I had a feeling. I don't know what led me to believe, but last one definitely got a little chippy for sure. And
well, it's any sport really. Any game can get chippy. Ooh, rough pass there for Carrigan. Cho. Oh.
Newman gets lucky that Cho kind of has a tough angle when she comes in to shoot that because.
Yeah, she tried to beat her near side, which was.
Yeah, I think the ball just got a little bit narrow on her, not really able to allow her to step into her shot like her last one, really. And so, I mean, but that right there is a true opportunity. So Newman lucky after that turnover to get this one away, and they'll have a chance to reset. It definitely, that right there keeps them very alive in this game. A 2-0 deficit looks very different if you're Newman.
Yep, a brace is always something hard as D'Amico gets it. D'Amico, she's going to try and show her skill here. The CBU commit, blocked. See, tries to go back to Zeleny. Collected, Newman still on the attack here. D'Amico, oh, another nice block.
I think that's Cho.
Yeah, all over the place.
Foul called against Cardinals.
If you're the Cardinals here, you got to try to calm this game down. Carrillo wants this game to be high energy. They do want it to get a little hectic. I think that works in their favor with their aggressive front line and their speed and their ability to play in the air. If you're Newman, you want to be calm and composed as much as you can. And here we go. It's a good movement by Roy, and
they're just trapping. Just seems like there's a nice job.
Hagen here battling for this one.
Good work here by the refs to just let them play on. Oh, nice moves. Natalie Mendoza, that's something you can expect from her shifty, creative player.
Shifty indeed. That was quite a little move there. Little Ronaldo in between two defenders to escape, what was a 3-man press right there. Here's a replay on the opportunity from D'Amico, and then just blocked. I think that was Cho dropping back. They pretty much dropped her into more of a outside wing back at this point, and really just playing with one barely forward in Denal because she's not even that high. But here's Cho on the break.
She is quick. Love to see her 40-yard dash time there, especially in high school with the football fields combined with soccer.
Yeah.
Some of these 40-yard dash times must be pretty quick.
Yeah, definitely some speedy players out there tonight.
There we go. Mendoza going to try and work through the middle. Sends a long through ball. Newman still has 17 minutes. There's some time.
Yeah, definitely time for an equalizer. A lot of time left to play. But I do think if you're Newman, you want to start creating that momentum. And I think they have kind of lost a little bit of that in this later part of the half. And I think that's going to be crucial if to get one. They got to get that attack kind of restarted. So we'll see what they bring here.
Yeah, something critical, another score that's critical for these two teams
Here's
is Montgomery and Windsor are tied 0-0. As Roy goes inside, D'Amico has it. Here we go, sets it up for Hagan. Ooh, that's the best shot the Cardinals have had all night.
That's a really good opportunity there. Good work from Roy. She gets that lofted ball in from Deal, settles that on the sideline. Tough ball goes around the corner, and she usually early service decides to take that one in, commits a defender, and then good work from D'Amico to tap that back to Hagan, and her kind of first opportunity of the night, the freshman who scored earlier in the week, but not quite able to convert. Newman will look to go again, but Carrillo also stepping up.
And there's Lila Kerr trying the clearance.
There's that shot from Hagan again. A good contact. I think if she has that back, though, she's going to wish that she had tried to go a little bit more corner with that ball.
But, 15 minutes left. A lot of opportunities still to be had.
Very much so for both sides.
There's a good opportunity for Carrillo, but here we go. Carrigan, we could see her arm, we could see her leg. Let's see. She opts leg. The Newman fans are going crazy. They want an equalizer. A little bit of a fight. Ooh, that is interesting from the ref there. That ball went off of Halkovich, and they called it a Carrillo throw.
Yeah, I was a little surprised to see the ball getting ripped back and forth, but not that surprised when I did think about it. The ball did really look to come off of Halkovich, but refs had pretty strict control in this game. He's been assertive in his decisions, so everyone's just going to have to play with what he says.
Here we go. Carrillo going to get a sub on. Coming on for the Pumas is number 28, Brooke Montez, a freshman. She started tonight for the Pumas, so a lot of confidence in her on the coaching staff.
Yeah, we talked about earlier the importance of when you have the opportunity. Oh, this is where we need ball girls. That's probably on me as the local staff member who's coaches the small children. Here's a look at some of the fans out here. I'm like, hey, anybody want to be a ball girl? As a coach of mostly young teams, I have got to work on that because there's a couple plays on this field where the ball rolls out and there's just no one to get it.
Yeah, no, you see that in a lot of schools, like Healdsburg, for instance. They have a massive track up there.
Yeah.
So the ball rolls for miles, and it can take 10 minutes to get the ball back in play.
Yeah, and there's only 3 balls in the field usually per outing. So here's D'Amico.
There we go. Another chance to create something for Newman. Ooh, nice job by McGarva.
DeCisto has an opportunity here.
Here we go. Simone with it. Simone! Oh!
Don't take Pumas.
Oh, if you're a Newman fan, you're kicking yourself right now. A great opportunity there for DeCisto. I'm sure she's bummed to see that not hit the side netting. It looked really close from here. She kind of cut that back with the right and hit it with the left, but a really good opportunity. Here's
Here we go,
D'Amico
Newman
again.
keeping it up here. D'Amico with it. Another chance. Ooh, goes back post. Just cannot connect with DeCisto. It'll roll out of bounds and be a Carrillo throw-in. So Newman seems to be starting to catch the Pumas off guard.
Here's that last one from D'Amico. Oh, no, the earlier one with DeCisto. Yeah, good little cut back, and then that was the shot off the left there. They're knocking on the door. It's just this final action here. They've got to find a way.
Yeah, they are
Here's
playing.
Deal there.
Deal has played all 68 minutes so far.
Yeah, not a ton of subs from this Newman team. They've been sticking with their core group, and Carrillo, they make you work, and I think that's one of the harder parts of playing them is, they run numbers at you, and you got to be fit and ready for that.
Newman gets the foul there. So let's look at this this chance for DeSisto. She gets that
Great
nice
little
touch.
Pullback, yeah. And then goes with the left. And then, yeah, it's hard to see from this angle, but it looked close. I mean, definitely a good opportunity for the Cardinals there.
So Newman now going to attempt to hit it long. They've got the right girl for it, Natalie Mendoza. Quite a strong leg. This is definitely a game where, like you mentioned early on in the broadcast, this is the game where you cannot sit down.
Yeah, I'm feeling, I see you on your feet, and I'm feeling tempted to get up as well. It's been an exciting one, and, coming into the last 11 here, it's been a lot of action.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's funny because you think about, like, the temperature here, but over in Europe, the broadcasters do it from not a booth, from a little table on a row just above the fans.
Yep.
So think
and
about
it's much colder there. Well, it depends where you are, but more than likely.
Well, yeah, think about Dortmund. Derek Ray, he does a lot of the Bundesliga games there in English, and think about the commentary gantry there. It's out in the cold air.
Oh,
you can get down to like 20 degrees.
I know all about that cold. I just got back from playing over in Austria, and let me tell you, as a California native, I was not ready for that Austrian cold, nor the intensity of German-type soccer. Very intense about their soccer, as they call it, football. Yeah, it's no joke. Between the cold and the way that people come in for a tackle, it is crisp out there.
Oh, yeah, that's got to hurt when you fall back around. As D'Amico catches the Pumas by surprise. She has been a one-woman wrecking crew down there, pressing high. She sends another one inside, cleared out again. Cho able to get it out of there. Here comes Pearson, though. Newman, full. They've got 10 women past the 50-yard line inside Carrillo territory, trying to get something to go. They go inside. Kerr, it's hit up, and McGarva collects. Inside 10 minutes now.
McGarva really involved tonight. Her and Kerr just holding down this back line. They're fighting right now. Newman has been relentless. They are on the attack, and they're not showing signs of slowing down, but McGarva and Kerr have been doing a great job holding off this attack.
Nice job by Deal to get it upfield, but advantage played by the referee. No, that actually might just be an injury.
Yeah, I don't know if she got hit or I think she might have just.
It's Montez, I believe, who goes down. It is Montez. That is not something that is good for Carrillo. She's able to get back on her feet, but
yeah, it looks like she's gonna stay in this match.
She's a freshman. She's got a strong career ahead of her, starting as a freshman here. Much like a lot of these Newman girls, a lot of them are younger. Lily Hagan checks out. She's a sophomore. Cardinals elect to go with more veteran leadership with Jane Phillips. Hagan a little bit distraught coming off the pitch there.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're Newman, the tensions are high. This is a game they really need and want to win here. And they know that is in their power. I mean, beat Carrillo in a tough one at their place, so,
Now all they need to win is one more game for them to clinch playoffs. And this would be a huge one tonight. If they can get a draw here, it would then basically mean as long as they don't lose both games next week, they are in the playoffs, as they have not conceded a draw, 4-3 in league record.
Yeah, I think now's the time to go. If you're Newman, though, you got to keep this attack up. They've had so many chances, but it's not enough to just get inside the box and near the goal. They've got to put one away, and they've just got to find a way. I think it might be a gritty situation where it's just going to be a tap-in off of a shoulder or a thigh or whatever that is, but they got to get numbers in the box and they got to keep getting shots up.
Rosenbottom now up on her feet. Carrillo now trying to make Newman play the waiting game something that's
Yeah.
a big tactic of some of Newman's league rivals. I know Windsor, they do it on both the boys and the girls side, take a lot of time on the sidelines.
Yep. It's a classic in the
It's funny, you can tell with there's really a lot of camaraderie on this Puma team. Their sideline, every time they hit the ball, whether good or bad, they are cheering.
Truly, that is a good point you make. They are very supportive. It could be out of bounds off of them, but they are still cheering every time, and you have to love that, that they're this excited to be here and be in the position they are against a team that I know they have a lot of respect for and have had some really, really good matchups against.
It's funny, no, the way that their eyes are following the ball, they could all be cameramen here at YSN.
Yeah, are we hiring?
We're always hiring. Reach out, Dave Cox, on ysn365.com. I'm pretty sure there's a contact link there if you want to get involved, especially if you're a high school student. We take a lot of high school interns. I'm one of them. It's a great program. Great program if you want to get involved. Julian, who is on our sideline, he's our sideline reporter for tonight's game. He has been fantastic all year, senior. There's DeSisto, off that first touch.
Good ball from Corey there. I like to see how Corey's become more involved later in this half. Haven't seen a lot from her earlier in the night. Done a great job, slips that ball in. She has Roy and DeSisto, but DeSisto's touch is a little too far from her again and not able to make anything out of it. They've got it, that last touch. We keep saying it. Got to find a way to make that an opportunity.
And Nina Corey, she's been very flexible for the Cardinals this year, playing I think she was even in playing some defense.
Yeah, she was out at center back. Now she's outside mid. I think she's
played some forward too.
Yeah, I think she did for a minute there. She's a true 6 though, as she says. So hasn't really played much of her true position yet, but she's young, so I'm sure be plenty of her there in the upcoming years.
Yeah, especially with, a semi-big senior presence on this team.
Yep.
You got Jane Phillips, you got Sienna Roy, you got Katie Zeleny.
Yep.
But so far, you look at these two rosters, you look down at Newman, you see a lot of FRs and SOs for freshmen and sophomores. You look at Carrillo, it's a lot of SRs and JRs. So you think about...
Definitely a junior-heavy roster. A lot of senior leadership as well with this group.
And they have a lot of fight, a lot of heart on this team. And just take a look at that. Just tough first touch for DeSisto.
Yeah, she makes a good effort at it, but just got to find a way to take a little off that touch. Even with all the excitement of a game like this. Good work from Pearson there in the corner. Great defending from the sophomore.
The one thing, though, to take away from that is at least it's happened now and not in the playoffs.
Oh.
So there's a tough one for Newman.
Tozaki looks to find her keeper and then just sends that out of bounds. Better than really, than putting Kerrigan in a horrible position with a ball like that to her chest right in front of the goal, but definitely not ideal to give up a corner just for the time management perspective and how much this Carrillo team likes to have the ball in there.
Yeah, 3:17 to go here in this match. Well, technically 1:17 plus stoppage. Well, 3:17 plus stoppage. My apologies. Kind of weird with the 2-minute rule here in high school.
Yeah, it's a little different how they do that. It's not something I'm used to. I haven't played high school in a minute, and every time I watch the games, I'm always thinking, what's going on? Why can't I tell how much time is left? And then you never know how much stoppage is added, which is different than if you watch any professional soccer or most other levels. They let you know how much stoppage is being added once the time is before it even expires. So you'll see that, but for us, we have to kind of guess.
Yeah, with the amount of money, though, that's flowing into scholastic sports, not only in college but in high school, got to see. Maybe in 10 years we'll have a little kid out there with a board.
Right? Yeah, maybe. I think it'd be an easy little fix to make happen.
Yeah. So
this will be a throw in. It's getting close to the end here.
Yeah, you can see Newman really pressing. And have to go all in if you're the Cardinals. D'Amico hit. She's a little shaken up. The ref calls advantage and then elects to draw the foul as Newman is pressing in the box. Kind of like to see what's going through his mind when making that decision, but you know.
I don't think that. I think he might be calling something on the sideline. I think he's calling an out of bounds. I think it's going to be a throw-in, actually. Yeah, I think the flag went up on a throw. Ooh. I mean, I saw Mendoza on that sideline, but it looked to me like she kept it in. Pretty skilled, so I guess when you see a player like her, the ball's about to touch the touchline, you can feel pretty confident she'll find a way to kind of save it. I thought she did. Ref said no. He'll take that one back.
Ooh, Kerrigan, nice ball there. Ooh,
that one definitely out on that one.
Yep.
That one out. First one, I felt like that one was definitely in. This one is out for sure.
Yeah.
First one,
there was some tripping there. D'Amico definitely got hurt down the sideline there, as Carrillo is just trying to keep this clearance up. Anya Halkovic now with it. Zeleny showing some good effort, and it's going to be Newman ball. So right now, if you're Newman, this is crunch time. This is go time. You maybe have one, maybe two chances left before the ref blows his whistle 3 times. And this isn't like the Premier League or Serie A where you get 10 minutes of stoppage.
Yeah, it's very limited stoppage usually. They've got to find a way to go forward. Good turn there by Roy.
These refs, they want to go home.
Mendoza. They do. Here's an opportunity to D'Amico. Back to Mendoza.
Great
Love
ball.
this combination.
Here we go. Now if you're the referees, you got to think about it. Any foul call is going to be controversial no matter the weight. Ooh. Tough there for Newman. That's just been the theme of the night. Unfortunate.
Just unlucky on these plays. That's another one. Comes off a great combo. Last pass just a little bit deep. Roy not able to run onto it.
And now we are in stoppage time. YSN keeps track of the stoppage time here. So
we actually know how much, but the rest of you the girls on the field don't know, which is arguably the more important people to know.
Yeah.
Especially if you're like Newman and you in need of a goal, you'd like to know if you have 1 second or 2 minutes. There's been some stoppage time in this game tonight. A little bit of injuries, especially from this Carrillo side. A lot of subs, so we will see how much he adds, but there's definitely should be expected a couple minutes at least.
Yeah, at least.
But it's usually less than we expect with high school, so we will see.
Yeah, intense press there. Newman had a ball that they could get onto. Roy with a nice block. Now Nina Corey, it's her job. From about 20 yards out, she gets it back to Tedeschi. D'Amico will be there, but so will Mendoza. Carrillo is cleaning up effectively. Mendoza. D'Amico cross inside. Oh, nice clearance. Still with Newman. Tedeschi. Halkovic clears. Newman needs a shot and quick.
Oh yeah. Mendoza looks to find D'Amico, but she's offside in offsides position from that previous play, so she's gonna have to let that one go. You just see Newman, they're just right in the box there, like ball's just kind of popping around and just not able to convert on these.
Yeah, just over a minute 40 left here, or a minute 40 into stoppage. So you could see the ref call it, but normally it's after. They should get another chance. Newman, this is it. This is it. The Carrillo, if they get it past the 50-yard line, I have no doubt in my mind that the refs will blow for full time. So now
this is a last-ditch opportunity here.
And here we go. Now it's up to Bella Pearson.
Good clearance there by Pearson. This will bounce to
Mendoza. Natalie Mendoza. Oh, a bit of miscommunication, but Carrillo clears it out. It's still Newman ball.
You see referees checking his watch right now. We are on our feet in the booth. A lot of action. Thought Mendoza might have had a shot there, and she doesn't go for it.
2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Oh, that is
time.
An interesting call to call time there.
Final score.
And that is it. At full time, Carrillo pulls off a crucial win, a win that coming in this game, Julian said it was a must-win for Carrillo. It pretty much is, and they do it 1-0. They complete the job, a clean sheet. Got to be happy if you're Claire Howard.
Yeah, I think a big win for Howard and the Pumas on the road at Newman, handing Newman a loss on their home field, which hasn't been often this season, and keeps their playoff hopes alive. I mean, I think a loss tonight pretty much puts them out of the picture, and so they come up big on the transition goal, like we talked about, and dropped in that deep back of probably like 8 there. Newman knocking the door, not able to make something happen, and 1-0.
So the Cardinals drop this one. They will face Montgomery next week and then Windsor for senior night. Cardinals aren't out of it yet. They need a win now. They need 1 win. That is the magic number. They get that 1 win, they clinch playoffs, and most likely with the way things are shifting around, they could see a top 8 seed and a home game at here on Ed Lloyd Field in the first round of playoffs. However, looking at it the other way, Newman, they are a lethal team. They can do very solid.
They can. I think they got to find a way to put goals away, especially early, and tonight they struggled, not in creating opportunities, but just in finishing. So they'll have to work on that next week.
Well, for Dave Cox, Julian Corey, Caden Nolendaker. Well, tonight's broadcast was sponsored by Corrective Exercise and Restoration, a holistic approach toward healthcare. Get your athletes and students back out onto the field or back on the court. Also sponsored by Freedman's Home Improvement and Bella's Photography and Design. E.R. Sawyer Juniors, the Jewelers, they are proud CN graduates. RCA Electric, Lynn Marine and Pacific Pearl, Flahaven Law. So, for Dave Cox, for Keely Roy, Dave Cox, Julian Corey, Kate Nolendaker, David Day, and all of our YSN associates, I've been Hugo Traverso. Unfortunate end of the day for Cardinal Newman, but we will see you next week with high school boys soccer right here on YSN. Adios.